Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today I want to talk to you about vehicles. That's right, Lego vehicles. Now, there are a lot of areas of Lego that I feel I do pretty well at. Lego vehicles have always been a bit of a challenge for me. Trying to make vehicles that look good, look natural, and fit into a nice looking city comes a little more difficult to me. So I'm going to show you the approach that I've taken to make vehicles that I deem acceptable for my Lego city. And hopefully you guys can learn from this too if you also struggle with building Lego vehicles, because this is really the secret to my success with it, what little bit of success I have with it. Let me go ahead and show you. Now, I've been spending a lot of time on vehicles lately. If you haven't gotten the hints, I recently did a video on these Speed Champions vehicles, both this G-Class and this SL. I also did a video about school buses, a video about campers. We're going to cover all of that. In fact, I'm going to show you the majority of the Lego vehicles I have in my city here. And I want to talk through kind of the approach I take. See, I have trouble just digging into a parts bin and coming up with stuff to make an adequate vehicle. Part of that is because I don't stock in my collection a ton of vehicle parts. And number two is I don't build a lot of vehicles. So it doesn't come super natural to me. So I usually need a little inspiration, and here's how I do it. First of all, if you remember this video with this G-Class, I decided to make a smaller version to put into my city. Now, this is definitely inspired by the bigger one, but it's only 6 wide and significantly shorter, so it'll look a little more natural on my city streets, where this is just way too big for the scale of the city and the streets that I have in it. But obviously this took a little bit of work. I had something to base it off of, but it didn't just come naturally, and there were a few steps it took before I could get to that point. And that's what I want to kind of walk through today, is how I find inspiration for the vehicles that I build. Now, another vehicle I haven't shown you is I tried to make a vehicle to kind of resemble the SL. I did take some liberties with it, and it's not an exact match because I did want to mix it up a bit, but I think it turned out pretty cool. I just wanted to make a roadster. And here's what I came up with. Smaller, 6 wide, reasonable length, quite a different front on it, but I think it looks cool. It's sporty. It looks nice in my city. Now, I'd be lying if I said I just came up with this out of the blue. In fact, I started with a base set. And this is something I very commonly do. This used to be this vehicle. And I know they look nothing alike, but a lot of the stuff comes from this. It has the same wheels, the same fenders, the same base. And then I did use some of the pieces here. Obviously, I changed the color of it. I changed the whole upper. But having something to start with, a good platform, makes it a lot easier for me instead of having to try to find all those pieces. Now, this is a set I had laying around. I actually got this in like a Christmas grab bag one year. It's a cool vehicle, but just doesn't look realistic enough for my Lego city, at least in my opinion. So I wanted something a little different, and this is what it turned into. So this approach, I think, works pretty well. And let me show you some other examples. As you probably remember, I have this vehicle. Now, you could still call this a Lego set, but it is definitely highly modified. I made it thinner, I made it shorter, I kind of changed everything about it other than the aesthetic to make it fit the Lego city. So yes, it is a set, it has the same front end, but it definitely took quite a bit of customization to make this to be something I would actually put in my Lego city. In fact, my entire Lego city really only contains 3 sets. And that's just because there's not a lot of sets that I like detail-wise to put in my Lego city. One of them is this camper, which I haven't really changed. I may still modify it a bit. Another one is this old camper that I rebuilt out of a Facebook buy. I had most of the parts in there, and then I had to add some of my own. It's not an exact match to the original set, but very close and very similar to this camper. Being outdoor themed, I wanted a lot of campers, so the more the merrier. And the other Lego set that I have in my city is this one. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is the Range Rover set, and it's set 40650. I added the bikes on top, but I love this because it's just super realistic, and the scale is perfect for my Lego city. So I kept that one around, and I think it fits really well in the city layout. Now, even though I kept this as a set, I take inspiration from these things. So you may remember back when I did my Rocky River Retreat for whatever challenge that was, I built this vehicle. And I like this more than the Land Rover, Range Rover, whatever it is. But it's my own creation, and it is very similar to this design. In fact, I took a lot of the design features from that. So building this set, I learned some things that I used in this set, and in this mock, and I think it came out better because of it. And that's typically how I learn from this stuff, is I take an existing set, use the pieces from it, add to it, or just steal the concepts from it and build my own. I also recently did a video on the school bus, and I did some progress on that. I've made it bigger. It's definitely longer, a little bit taller. I did do the sideways windows, and a lot of you mentioned to do just the trans clear bricks. I have one here because I need a short window. But I think this turned out pretty good. I don't think I'm going to change it as far as that. I still need some pieces. I'm missing some roof here. I've got a couple wrong colors in here. But overall, I think it turned out really nice. Got to figure out the wheels too. I like these wheels. I made them bigger, a little different fender flares. But I got to do a different hubcap on there or something to make them look a little better. But scale-wise, I think it's coming along a little better. It's larger. Going to look better in the city for sure. But, inspiration from this was taken from all kinds of different stuff. Some of these larger vehicles, and then, of course, feedback from you guys in my video comments. So thank you. Now, you can also branch out from this. In this design, I decided to take it just a few weeks ago and make a pickup out of it. And this, I think, turned out excellent. I love this design. I love the wood in the back there. This park's outside of my house under construction in my city. One thing that was really tricky with this is all snot, this panel here. So this stripe is actually 2.5 plates thick, which is pretty cool. So is that one, but that's just a snotted plate on its side there. But I love this design. I love the colors of this. So I think this pickup turned out great, and it looks really good in the city. But basically, it's designed off of this vehicle. And this vehicle is designed off this vehicle. So I just use those same techniques and trickle them down through the line. Now you're probably noticing in this setup here, I'm missing something very important for the city. Cars. I have a lot of trucks and I have a lot of campers, but not a lot of cars. And one, it is an outdoorsy city, so SUVs and trucks are probably a little more appropriate, but you are going to have some cars as well. And I do have that one Roadster, but obviously that one's going to be a little bit of an outlier, kind of a unique one-off car for the city, and I need some actual cars for the city. So I was at the grocery store today and had to go down the Lego aisle, as one does. I noticed a few new sets that I had never seen before. The first one was this, and the second one was this taxi. So of course I bought them, and the reason being was I wanted to take them home, build them, either keep them if I liked them, or expand on them. And so of course I built them. Here's the first one. Little futuristic race car like. I also wanted the figs. I think this set was only $10. I think this one was 15. But again, this is a fantastic base to start off of. I've got the base, I've got the wheels. I don't like these hubcaps. I don't know why they did that. I'm going to put, these style on there for sure. And I don't love the two-tone. Also, this car is way too sporty for my city. I can have like one sporty car, but two, I don't know. So I might keep the front end because I do like the front end, or I do like the back end too. Maybe I'll make two cars out of it. Who knows? I might split it in half, use this back end on another car, and then do a different back end for the black, and then make a different red front end, and I can have two cars out of it. But I'm going to make some modifications. One thing I also don't love, and I don't really know if this is the right answer or not, but when they do 6-wide vehicles, but they make the cockpit, let's say, 4-wide, I don't love that look. I know that also 6-wide can look kind of bad also on the windshield, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's kind of one of those necessary evils. You don't want to go all the way to the edges, but you also don't want to be in this far, so there's really no good answer to it. But yeah, this scoop on the side has to go. The two-tone just doesn't work for me. Hubcaps are terrible. So So this is going to get fully changed, and I will do an update eventually showing you what I make out of this. I also built this taxi, and it came with a couple really cool figs too. I love how stereotypical their cab driver is. Good job, Lego. But anyway, this is pretty cool. The only thing is it's also a little race car-y. I mean, it's got a lot of curves to it. I don't know about where you guys live. I don't know about Denmark, but I live by Chicago. You'd never see a taxi this clean. I mean, you got to have a old Crown Vic with dented up body panels and some funny stain in the back seat. I mean, these vehicles are not meant to be clean. I'm sorry. Same thing. The hubcaps are bad, but I think I'm going to change this one up. I'm almost positive. I actually have an idea. Some of you guys might hate this, but I think I might make a van out of this. You know, it's a little bit longer. Actually, these two are about the same length. It's a little longer than my Roadster, which it should be. You know, these Roadsters are real short vehicles. So scale-wise, it's pretty good. But I think I might make it taller. You know, taxi vans are becoming a little more popular, I think, because you can hold more stuff, easier to shuttle people back and forth, especially for a vacation destination like my city. So I might give it more of a van hood and a full interior at 6 wide and a tall roof. Maybe have to slide this up a little bit. I don't know. If I do that, I could take this front end and use it on this vehicle, maybe that whole front end, and that would be quite similar, actually, to this SL. Ooh, I might have to do that. That could be cool. We'll see. So maybe I'll change both these vehicles. Who knows? But, yeah, I think it's a cool set. Oh, also, both of these cars came with a piece I've never seen before. I didn't even know this existed. Well, I'm going to bust this open in real time here. Completely destroy the set. But you got to see this piece. It's buried kind of deep. Oh, man. It's buried really deep. Got to pull one of the sides off. Right here. Oh, well. I'll rebuild this off camera. Don't worry. This is a new piece to me. I have the version where it's a anti-stud plate on the bottom, and then this pops up. I've never seen it like this, where you have a bracket, but the plate portion comes out of the middle. Super cool piece. I don't know if that's brand new. Let me know in the comments if you know anything about this piece. But I can tell you right now, that's a piece I'm going to be hunting for in the near future here, because I think that could be so useful for mocks. So hopefully those pop up on Bricklink, Brick Owl pretty soon, because I want to get my hands on some of those. That's a cool piece. But again, you know, the reason I do this construction of this car is super cool, and I learned a lot. I also love they have a cage in the back like a retired cop car would have. That is pretty typical of a Chicago cab, but the cleanliness and the race car look is not. But anyway, I'm going to do some updates on these in the future after I modify them. These cars will not look the same the next time you see them. So we'll see what happens, and I'll make sure to keep you guys in the loop. So anyway, moral of the story here. If you're struggling to build cars, start with what Lego makes. It's not horribly expensive, and expand, and you'll learn a thing or two. Next time you can go a little further, and eventually you let those designs evolve, and you can make them into whatever you want. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found it useful. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.